Congratulations. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rattling singing gave through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the check.
Screen. We didn't play music. She had the microphones.
Every voice and sing till the heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicings rise high as the lifting sky. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the rain that the darkness has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has taught us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Yes, straight from the places our God where we may be. Yes, drunk with the wine of the world we forget. He shall only be may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land. Congratulations.
Hello, family, friends, educators, but most importantly, the fabulous class of 2023. I'm so excited today because I have the honor of being one of the first to congratulate you on graduating from high school. Though I couldn't be with you, I want you to know that we know and I know that all of you have overcome obstacles, big and small, to make this day a reality. You have all shown the world the true spirit, grit, and determination of Baltimore's young people, and of course, the excellence that you are. No matter the circumstances you grew up in, the hardships you faced, or adversity that tried to keep you from your greatness, you didn't just prevail, you triumphed. We need you to continue to do that. We need your families to continue to be supported and to support you. You are the future leaders of Baltimore City. We want you to soar and become the best version of you. Today, I congratulate each and every one of you, but I want to celebrate you each and every day for the rest of your life. We are so proud of each and every one of you, and please continue to show the world that they do not know the true spirit of Baltimore's young people. Congratulations, class of 2023. Continue to grow into the best version of yourselves.
Mr. Luke Cooper.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It is great to be here with you today. And all the great things that these incredible people around you have instilled in you are all manifesting on this wonderful day that you're graduating, going out into the world to do amazing things. Some of the amazing things that I've done, right? But that's not where I started. My life really began at 12 years old. My consciousness developed, right? Because three things sort of changed and shaped my narrative arc. My father went away to prison for 20 years. My mom took us up on this tiny Cessna airplane to see parts of New York and Connecticut, and it was the first time we'd ever flown, and I disconnected where I was from with who I was from, where I'm from with who I am. And then lastly, I got into this program called NIFTY, Network for Teaching Entrepreneurship, and I learned about how to use technology to change my life, to change my world. And I built these solar power microwaves. I was a 12-year-old, and I sold hot dogs in them, I sold the microwaves, and I made money. And it was the first time ever that I knew that I had worth, that my self-esteem was being restored to a level that told me that I was valuable in this world and I had something to contribute. And you've got something great in you to contribute. Something great in you. And so how do you deal with those things? How do you navigate life when life is throwing those difficult moments at you? I had a great number of people around me that, you know, were supportive and loving and helpful, like my mom, teachers, but everybody else around me was doing the wrong things, selling drugs, stealing, mobbing, all that stuff, right? And so I knew I didn't want that for my life. I knew I wanted something more for my life. But where do you get it when all around you, all you see is destruction and death? You gotta have a vivid imagination. So I challenge you, as you move on from this place of graduation, as you move on into the world, to dream big dreams, to dream about what you could be, to dream about all the things that you want to achieve in life, and believe in yourself that you can achieve those things. One thing I've learned in business, and I'm still learning about business and life. I'm imperfect in many ways. And we live in an imperfect world. But the ways in which we are imperfect are exactly what the world needs. It's exactly the special recipe designed to solve some of the hardest problems in the world. And so the one thing I've learned in business and life is that you've got to believe in yourself. And so I believed in myself in those moments when no one else did, when I couldn't see my way past an empty refrigerator, when I couldn't see my way past cousins who were going away for 15, 20 years at a time. But I believed in myself, and those moments helped to create healthy self-esteem in me. So I moved on from that. I'll tell you a little bit about my journey, because I think it's important for you to understand that life continues to throw things at you even after you've achieved a level of success. So I got to Maryland in 2001. I came here. A good friend of mine named Dave Bramble brought me here. He said, Luke, why don't you move to Baltimore? And I just moved to Baltimore. I wasn't excited about my job options in New York. I wasn't excited about my job options in Connecticut. So I said, I'm going to just do something different. So when you leave this place, when you go on from this place, remember, you got to take chances. You got to do things that don't always, fit with what people expect you to do. Because on that margin of opportunity and expansion is where all the growth for you is going to come from. So when you're met with those moments to change your life in some fundamental way, to take a chance, to do something different, take it. And I took it. I got here in Baltimore. I lived in West Baltimore on Madison Avenue for about 3 years. Madison and Lawrence. How many people know where Madison and Lawrence is? West Side, right? And so I lived there for 3 years. I got on my feet. I worked at a little firm called DLA Piper. But I knew that wasn't it for me. I knew there was more for me. There was something else out here for me. And so I just began searching, developing friendships. I encourage you, right? It's hard sometimes to step outside of who we are and the environment that we come from and to go make friends and go talk to people that don't look like us, that don't, necessarily understand the environment that we come from. It's difficult, but I did that. I did that over and over and over again, making lots of friends and relationships, associates in Baltimore. And that helped me build the early part of my career. And so I, knew I wasn't gonna just be a lawyer. I knew I just had more in me. I knew there were lots of ideas that were bubbling inside of me that I thought could transform the world. So I started a company. I left the practice of law and I started a company. Another risk I took. Right? Again, remember, one of the key things in this conversation that we're gonna have today is really about you taking risks and believing in yourself. One thing I've learned in business is that if you've got those two things, you can walk into any room and hold weight. I've been in rooms where I didn't belong, where I was ill-prepared, didn't have the resources to be in that room, but nonetheless got a great result out of it. I remember one time walking into a situation where I was buying a company. It was a $20 million business, and I was excited about it. I knew half the facts of how to do this. I'd learned some of this, through my practice of law, but I really didn't know how to do it. I really didn't know, who the people were on the other side of the table that I was, trying to negotiate with. But, I walk into this room, these are the owners of the Boston Red Sox. And they're sitting across the table from me, looking at me like, well, why do you want to buy our company? They're spinning off a little piece of their company. And I was like, well, and I gave them this, visionary, idea of what I wanted to do with the company, how I wanted to transform it. I later put that company into bankruptcy because I failed, right? And you will have failure too. But what I learned in that moment was that I could stand and I belonged in every room that I could get myself into. And you belong in every room that you're gonna wind up in as well. And so my career really was about believing in myself, trusting myself, walking into any environment and knowing that I belonged in those environments. And so I took that and I said, I want to build tech companies because I thought, I wanted to transform the world in some material way that could lead to wealth creation also, right? Because for us to get successful in this world, Black people have to become wealthy, period, point blank. This world is set up in a way, unfortunately, where it has not allowed for equal access to resources, equal access to talent, equal access to financial capital, social capital. But what they're missing is that there's something inside of you that when it mixes with the rest of the world is gonna transform it into something great. And I did exactly that with the companies that I've built. And so my last company, Fixed, was a company I started in 2013. I raised roughly $6.5 million for that company, hired 80 employees here in Baltimore, most of whom were Black. I built it over the course of 7 years. I grew it 300% year over year. And I didn't, these are not skills that I knew how to do or I had naturally. I had to learn these things. I leaned into every hard conversation. I talked to people that, again, didn't look like me or come from my background to learn what they knew that could help me. And building that company over the course of 7 years, I got to a place where I was tired, where, I raised as much money as I could. The $6.5 million I raised was a pittance compared to what the four white males who ran a similar company in California, what they raised. They raised $475 million collectively, combined compared to my 6.5. So by 2019, I'm running out of money. And I'm like, where am I gonna go with this thing? How am I gonna, get to a great outcome after raising all this money? So I flew to Las Vegas. Again, I believed in myself. All right, this is not a story where I'm gonna tell you I put $25,000 on black. I didn't do that. I wanted to, right? But I thought there could be a better risk, a better wager for me that could lead to, a even better outcome. And so what I did was I snuck into this VIP reception. Like, you're talking about a 38, 40-year-old man at that point. All right, I snuck in to a VIP reception that was being hosted by one of my big competitors. They're a $10 billion company. And we were beating them. I knew we were beating them because we were getting accounts that they couldn't get. And I said, if I can just navigate my way, if I can just find my way to the CEO, I'm gonna be able to have a great conversation with him, and I know something great is gonna come out of this. And so I looked around the room, probably no less than 1,000 people in the room, and I knew what he looked like. I'd done my research, done my homework, old white dude with white hair. And so I navigated my way over to the CEO, and Alan Kohlberg is his name. And I said, Alan, you don't know me, but we've been talking to your organization for, the last 5 years about various partnerships. And, I've got this grand vision for what I want to create. Fixed, the company that I created, was an on-demand mobile repair app. Like, how many people have an iPhone or a Samsung? Everybody, right? Everybody's got a phone, right? And when you break your phone, it's a hassle to go get it repaired, replaced, all that stuff. Apple Store takes a long time. So we were the first on-demand mobile repair app in existence, especially for the enterprise. We supported Home Depot, all these big companies. And so I knew the business that they were in, and I knew my own business, and I said, there's a great relationship that we can develop here, but it starts with values. These are my values. And I told him what my values were. That made him lean into the conversation. Because what you might not know is that, people in positions of power, they care about your values. They care about what you believe. And it's another way for us to connect. And so whenever you get a chance, again, when those opportunities present themselves, go talk to people and talk to them about who you are. And who you are is expressed in what your values are. And so I told him very clearly what my values are, what I believed in. I'm from Baltimore. That along my journey, I'd really raised like $8.5 million, but I gave $2 million of it back because someone talked about Baltimore bad. An investor along the way told me, oh man, why are you in Baltimore? Why would you stay there? People, they don't have, good resources. There's no talent there, all these things. You know what I told him? I said, we're not a fit. I needed that money. Trust me when I tell you, I needed that money. When I say I needed that money, I'm not talking about, I needed that money just to, make sure I can, get my monthly massage. I needed that money to make sure my daughter and my son could eat. You see, what I didn't tell you was that when I started that company, I had a daughter who was 4 going to stage 4 cancer. So I'm 30 days into starting this company, and we're at Johns Hopkins trying to save her life. So we spent a month and a half, my then wife and I spent a month and a half in the ER or in the hospital trying to solve her problems. We go through a whole year of chemotherapy, radiation. We go through all of the trials and other things. She had a Wilms tumor that had taken over her kidney. I'm still building a company, by the way, during this entire time. I'm trying to build a company and flying back and forth to make sure that she's getting the right treatment. But what's in her is in me. That same toughness that you only could get growing up in a place like Bridgeport or Baltimore. That runs through her as well. And so after a year of chemotherapy and radiation, she made it successfully out of therapy, and I'm proud to announce is 100% cancer-free today. And so I took that company, I took that set of beliefs, I told him what I was about, and within 30 days of that, we had signed paperwork for them to acquire our company. Our company created $3 billion of market cap for them. $3 billion, right? You think thank you. But in the future, I want a bigger clap when we can command more of those dollars back to us. And your life, right, is about finding those moments of opportunity when you can embrace a difficult conversation with somebody that you've never talked to before. I want you guys to go out into the world with courage and knowledge that everything in you, all of the authenticity, all of the realness that you come with is exactly what is needed in those boardrooms. It is exactly what is needed in those product development rooms. It is exactly what is needed when you're just walking up and down the street. You're here not by mistake. And the things that you have gone through right? Or intentionally put in you so that they can magnify or represent something else in the world in a much bigger scale. And I'll leave you with this, because I think it's one of my favorite. I know we had a poem already, but one of my favorite poems that I like to deliver is Invictus, and it goes like this, and I think it's relevant to us. Out of the night that covers me, black as a pit, from pole to pole, I beg whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeoning of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place, beyond this place, beyond this place, Baltimore, beyond Bridgeport, beyond wherever you're from, of wrath and tears, looms but the horror of the shade. Yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how straight the gate. It matters not if you got a father in prison. It matters not that your cousin's still selling dope. It matters not that you come from low-income environment where you might not have resources. It matters not how straight the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. You are the masters of your fate. You are the captains of your soul. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Cooper, for those words. The next voice you will hear is Dr. Tracy Durant, the Executive Director of Equity for Baltimore City Public Schools. She has a few words that she will share with you, and she will begin the conferring of diplomas as well.
Good morning. Good morning. While every high school graduation is a cause for celebration, I think the circumstances of our winter graduation require particular praise because delay is not a denial. And it really is a moment of preparation for the promises that are in store for you. So I am particularly excited to represent our cabinet and our CEO, Dr. Sonia Santelises, who would like to bring greetings and add to the celebration for today. In the middle of your high school careers, your lives changed. And if ever there were a group of students who could say, I'm done with this, I give up, I'm working, I'm helping to take care of family, I'm losing loved ones, I'm done with this, it was your class. You are the best example. You are evidence of what happens when good stuff comes out of Baltimore City Public Schools. And as a proud Baltimore City Public School alum, I am so excited to have you be able to join the ranks of those of us who are Baltimore City Public Schools alum. So there are over 100 of you, and that might sound like a small number, but let me tell you something. It warmed my heart. When we walked in, there's a baby in here somewhere, and as the graduates were walking in, he was in the back doing like this, right? And I want to encourage you, and I know this might be a little bit outside of what we normally say is graduation decorum, but I want you to sing, I want you to shout, I want you to cry, I want you to strut across this stage because you did that. You persevered. It is not those moments where everything is going well. It is not those moments where everything kind of fits perfectly for you that show you who you are and who you are going to be. It is moments like this one today. We are so proud of you. We are so proud of you. We are so proud of the strength that you've displayed, the character, the commitment. I'm just overwhelmed with joy. And here's what I want to tell you. I'm going to paraphrase one of my favorite artists, Meek Mill. Y'all just give me a moment. What I want for you is to move in silence. Don't talk a lot. Don't say a word. Stay on your grind and you will get what you deserve. Congratulations, class of 2023. And now it is my absolute pleasure, in recognition of the records and achievements of the students of this class, and by virtue of the authority vested in me as the Executive Director of Equity, I certify that these students have met the graduation requirements of both the Baltimore City Public Schools and the Maryland State Department of Education. I take great pleasure in recommending to you the graduating class of 2023. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting to you Chantel Roberts, Commissioner of the Baltimore City School Board.
Good morning, congratulations. Acknowledging the certification and the recommendation by the Executive Director of Equity and by the authority vested in me as a Commissioner of the Baltimore City School Board, I take great pleasure in presenting to you the graduating class of 2023 for the conferring of diplomas. Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor of presenting to you Vernon A. Reed, Commissioner of Baltimore City Public Schools. This is the last step, I promise.
Good afternoon. In recognition of the certification of these graduates, the recommendation of the Executive Director, Tracy Durant, and the acknowledgement of Commissioner Chantel Roberts, and by virtue of the authority vested in me as Commissioner of Baltimore City Public School Board, I take the pleasure in accepting the graduating class of 2023 for the conferring of high school diplomas. You've achieved the recommendations, you've conferred the diplomas, now you're graduates of Baltimore City Public Schools. Congratulations.
Wait.
I see you guys are ready, but you could be seated for just 1 second. Hold on a second. I know y'all ready. Welcome, family. Can y'all make some noise for these graduates? It is about that time, but before we start, I just want to go over a few housekeeping, and I want to make sure all of our ushers are at their place. We're prepping the diplomas. So we're just going to ask, because our students, our graduates, our first class of 2023 worked super hard for this day, right? So we want to respect the ceremony by remaining in our seats, okay? Please, we don't want anyone to block the aisles. We don't want anyone coming up to the front row of the front of the auditorium and the stage, because the students are going to walk across the stage back to their seats. So we want to keep the aisles clear and the front row clear. There will be a professional photographer taking photos of each student. So we want to make sure that we respect the process so we can get out of here. We can go out and eat, have our dinner, you know what I mean? So we're going to do that, okay? Use the Zoom on your phones. All right. I think we're ready. Everybody in position? Graduates, y'all ready? Will the first row please rise? All right. Gotcha. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. We're going to have our graduates come up, and each person is going to hand me their card, and we're going to make sure we get the names right, okay? All right. Thank you. And representing our first graduate of the day, this is the parent of Tyree Whitener of ACE, walking across for him. Whoop. Awesome. Tyree Bell, achievement. Tamira Rounds. Tamira Bonds, achievement. Jabria Ford, achievement. Gabrielle Hankins, achievement. Peter Hockaday, achievement. Kamar Lane Doggett, achievement. Tyree McDowell. Yep. All right. Davion Perry. Diavion Perry, achievement. All right, we have another parent working in the place of her child, Darrell Parker from ACE. Second row. Gotcha. Danny Portillo Amaya, achievement. Tiana Rouse, achievement. Ever Salazar Avila, achievement. Talaya Shaw, achievement. Daquan Smith, achievement. Angelo Standback, achievement. Anaya Stansberry, achievement. Isaiah Tolbert, achievement. Travis Turnage, College achievement. Ready? Christian Ricks, Augusta Fells. Correll Brooks, Baltimore City College. Aaliyah Harvey, City. Christopher Hopkins, City. Antonio Mintz, City. Teron Wise, City. Kenneth Sullivan, BSA. Keshay Moses, Edmondson. Morgan Anderson, Bard. Conshay Strange, Benjamin Franklin. Carver. Carver. Ashia Baker, Carver. Eric Baker, Carver. You can go now. Sorry. All right, the family's helping us out. Tajay Johnson, Carver. Unique Santiago, Carver. You get your card?
Qualia Vaughn.
Qualia Vaughn, Carver. Janaya Waters, P-Tech at Carver. Broderick Carter, Digital. Hey. Ariel Holden, Digital. David Marshall, Digital. Nefi Ramirez David, Digital. Wendy Ramirez Cardozo, Digital. Davon Ruffin, Digital. Tobias Ruffins, Digital. Edmondson, I don't know how to. Deontay Davis, Edmondson. Naya Baloo, Excel.
I almost lost mine.
It's okay. Tyrell Bethay, Excel. Mayana Burris, Excel. Clarissa Davila Bernal, Excel. Zaira Flanagan, Excel. DeAndre Jackson, Excel. You graduating too? Janaya Jones, Excel. Stephen Jones, Excel. Monique Lambert, Excel. Mark Manigo, Excel. Jordan Murphy, Excel. Tanira Myers, Excel. Deshante Neal, Excel. Deshaun Otay, Excel. Portillo? You want the last name? Ketchel. Elvis Portillo Ketchel. Tasia Watford, Excel. Jada Young, Excel. Devon Bachelor, Mervo. Rayana Burrell, Mervo. Leon Chalk, Mervo. Anayan Fair, Mervo. Shantice Goodman, Mervo. Kai Parker Dorsey, Mervo. I love this last name. Dominic Van Landenham, Mervo. Trayvon Watson, Mervo. Hold on. Antonio Whitworth, Mervo. Nikayla Montplaisir, Naff. Vargas Catalan, NAF. Patterson Daquan Hicks. Sean Rogers Patterson. Dunbar. Karan Jones Dunbar. Darius McKnight Dunbar. Paul Lawrence Dunbar. Reginald F. Lewis. Amaya Cornish, Reginald F. Lewis. Let's make some big noise for Renaissance Jabria Forrest. All right, my girl got to get her selfie ready. Dominique White, Renaissance. Representing Vivian T. Thomas, Asia Kears. Representing Western Doves, Shanique Rice. Carlos Miller from Carver. Is that? All right, I think that concludes our graduates. Please hold.
Graduates, we are so excited. We are so excited for you, but you're not done yet. One more thing. I need you all. Let me make it two more quick. I want to make sure, first of all, that all of you know about our Navigator Center. So as you're thinking through what your plans are for after graduation, if you go to our district website and type in Navigator Center, there are people who are ready to sit down with you and help you figure out your next steps. So that's both for our graduates and also for family who might be helpful for reminding. Our Navigator Center is here to make sure that all of our students in city schools and our graduates are able to move on to the next step that is a good fit for them, that allows you to thrive. So check it out if you don't know what your plans are next, and we're happy to work with you to make sure you can get that FAFSA submitted, that job training that you need, that college application done, okay? So this is really the last thing. Graduates, I want you to take your tassels and I want you to move them from the right side to the left side, from the right side to the left side. Congratulations, class of 2023.
ma'am.